Hello, everybody, and welcome to Misano, Italy. Today we got the IIL, ILAKA Esports Silver and Gold Series coming at you today. Again, we're in Italy. This track opened back in 1972. It has gone several renovations and was actually reconfigured back in 2006 for more safety reasons. MotoGP, we see a lot here, even some championship races. I really expect IIL heading out to Italy for us today, as this should provide us with some some really nice racing. Got lots of good passing opportunities and such. So I mentioned the MotoGP venue. It's key for their championship role and has actually hosted the Marino Grand Prix multiple times since its return to the calendar in '07. You're looking at 4.226 kilometers today. I'll pull up the track map for you. Get kind of a look at the turns. It looks like this track is actually so new. There's no track map showing in our graphics. So, yeah, that's the drivers are going to have a bit of an issue with that as well. This being such a new track, not too many people might be used to it. I for one am new to this track. I haven't driven on it yet. I've watched their practice and qualifying is qualifying is happening right now. We'll jump on board with maybe somebody who's out on track. Let's see here. Got David. Looks like that Galaxy Super Formula Light paint scheme, that one that me and me and all my other commentators love to see. We love to see these very vibrant Super Formula Light paint schemes as they rip around the track, upwards of 120. And then this track is super technical here in Italy. You really not with the elevation change, but you're going to have kind of trouble setting up the next corners for the next set of corners. You know, you're going to have to make multiple rights, lefts, and then rights again. So hitting that driving line just right, hitting that braking point is we're going to see David almost go for a spin. Going to just take it back to the pits. Asaf here on track is bright white Super Formula Light. It's a little bit of a lock up there. See Asaf, and that 482 is going to spin and go into the gravel. Oh, yeah, just take it right back to the pits. Looks like our drivers are going to... We're almost finished up qualifying here. Yep, everybody's coming to an end. Should have about 2 more minutes to go. So let's bring up the race info again. Didn't see this last time, 21 degrees Celsius. Great day for racing. Little bit of clouds, little bit of wind. I'm mentioning, again, the Silver and Gold Series will have 2 20-minute heat races per race. Believe top 10 will then be inverted. And then, yep, okay, that is right. Top 10 will be inverted. We see our altitude of only 8 meters, so real close to sea level here in Italy. Probably, I think we're... Oh, you can see some hills there in the background as take off the race infographic. So we should be getting ready to go here just within the next few minutes. Again, just want to say thank you all for joining us today in our ILAKA Esports Automotive and Karting Association. We really appreciate your sponsorship, allowing this race to be seen by people over the globe. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll get these lights out for you here in just a second. So I believe the grid is just about to to open up to our drivers. Let's see. We're going to have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 drivers here with us today. Not as many as I think we should see in the gold race, or the gold split a little bit later on. Yeah, nobody out on track really show you anything. Just taking a scenic look at around Misano here. Again, that's a newer track that iRacing scanned and released, so that has, you know, the updated. I know they've done foliage as well as some 3D curbs and stuff like that. So that's really neat that these drivers are going to get to experience an even more updated laser scanned track. Looks like the grid just opened. Should see these drivers taking to it any second. Maybe get their engines and fluids in their water and fluids in the car, warmed up a bit. Yep, there we go. Drivers taking to the grid here, Misano, Italy. Famous moments. This track has been the site of several memorable races, as well as many notable overtakes. The weather here, also, we're not going to have weather today, but got showing the mid-climate here, which events can take place in these conditions, and also very treacherous conditions, as being so close to the water like this. Got Iran here, put it on the pole. Good job, Iran. That's wow. That's, I believe, your second one of the season, second or third. Got Asaf right there in third. Dima, in second. He hadn't gridded up just yet. David back here in our Galaxy paint scheme. Gabriel. That nice. Is that, would you call that orange or red? Maybe. I'm going to make a few people mad if I call that orange. We'll go red because we got orange and blue right behind him with Aviad. Eric waiting on him to grid. We got Ofer here in the 422. Another Eric Lapter, the 81 bright blue Super Formula Light. Tomer, and then Minnie here. He looks like a new racer with us, so appreciate you joining us, and should be starting just any second now. Display the grid for you one more time real quick. Iran's fast here. It's going to be one to watch. He's got just over a tenth and a half over Dima. Sounds like they're putting it in gear. Going to get ready to go here. And we're off. Lights are out. Away we go. Misano, Italy, as we're going to see these drivers a little bit further back. Fan 3 wide. Already pushing and shoving a little bit back. Oh, some contact. Maybe a broken wing for, see who this is. The 94 of Tomer, maybe, with a broken wing already. Iran's going to continue to lead just after starting the race in first. Dima, Asaf are getting a little bit squirrely behind him for position. Look at Asaf already trying to make a move this early, only 20-minute heat race. Oh, and we're going to have contacts between... Oh, the guy we were just talking about, the 5 in the Galaxy. He's going to wheelie, have Asaf here trying to see if the car is okay. Doesn't look to be. Oh, really, we're already seeing quite a few incidents and just are not even complete the first lap yet. We'll take a look at Gabriel, see what happened to him. Not even halfway through lap 1. Let's take a look. Ooh, just gets a little bit of help from behind from, I think that was the, I didn't quite catch the car number. He looks to be not too damaged. We'll take a look, see what happened to Asaf. Oh, some more contacts back in the back of the pack. Yeah, there's the 482 making, maybe just, oh, yep, and then the 5 gets into him. Maybe just the speed disparity between these silver drivers is, we're just rounding out the first lap here as Iran's still in the lead. Jump back on him live. He's getting hounded a bit by Dima back there, only less than half a second back. Asaf here in the 482. Car looks relatively clean. We'll jump back here in the lead. There's our Iran battle. Seems to be blinking out a bit on us as they'll whiz by. go up through the gears. Come into this, again, really technical track. This, don't think you have to set up, no. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier. You really have to set up your next set of turns at this track. Believe this might be one of them here. No. I'm still new to this track. I've, again, never, haven't raced here quite yet. As we see the battle for our lead continue to heat up. Oh, Dima's right there. He's in that huge slipstream that these cars poke, and he's going to make the pass on the outside around a blinking Eran. Eran's going to try the... Nope, not even try it. Thought better of it. And Dima's going to go wide. We're going to have maybe a bit of contact between the two drivers. Dima back out up front. Great racing up here. Come back down the start-finish straight. Even with that intense battling, a 129 out of Dima. Great lap times. 130, 131's a little bit further down the pack. We'll take another look at... Well, this is pretty much our best battle on track. We got Asaf and then Ofer here just behind him going at it. Ofer really charging his bright yellow Super Formula light. I want to take you on board. We'll see just how hard he is pushing. Super deep into the braking zone. Matter of fact, maybe just a bit too deep, as Asaf is going to kind of run away with him from him on exit. But these cars poke such a massive hole in the air that the slipstream that you can get from the guy in front of you, it's pretty intense. Aviad here, nice run for him, running fifth. Drivers in the 71. Orange, blue, and white. IiL, aka Esports paint scheme. Again, thank you so much for them sponsoring our events. We could not do that without them. Tomer running sixth at 94. Oh, so Tomer, okay, he's the one who got in a little bit of, may have had a little bit of contact that lap one. Ooh, David gone off track. Is he going to save it? No, he could be struggling with some... Oh, no. Uh-oh. He gonna... Okay. Looks like maybe too much damage to his car. Just gonna wait till this next heat race, see what he can try and scavenge from it. Is Dima's back out front. Eran's still right there hounding him. Oh, that's Tomer. We'll go back out front. There you go. Yeah, that gap still only just about half a second behind. So these two drivers very, very similar on pace. And you never know. Get into it. You just have Ofer, we were just riding on board with that yellow Super Formula light. 6 seconds back, but contact between two cars, might I add two pretty fragile cars, can really change the complexion of the race pretty quickly. Eran really pushing his Super Formula Light vehicle. A little bit of blinking going on. His internet connection. So our drivers are watching and competing from all over the world. It's so cool that we're able to make friends like this and race and form, I mean, long-lasting friendships too. Just having a common hobby as somebody meet online, and y'all doing league races like this is a great way to actually get in the same session as your buddies too, and go wheel-to-wheel racing, or I guess side pod to side pod, as we've seen in this series. IiL provides some really nice, really competitive racing between the drivers. It's all for points, and then those the heat races, the two per race is pretty neat. We're gonna have, is that David going off track there? Looks really slow. So let's go back to the start of the race. We'll break this down. So everybody gets away pretty clean. You saw the 3 wide just a bit further in the back of the pack. That's what I was watching on the start. Iran Dima are clean up there. Yeah, a bit of contact. Some cars just checking up really kind of too early, it seemed. And then, let's see, we're going to continue to get through turns 2 and 3. Snake through turn, coming up to 4 here. We'll see how much more contact ensued between these drivers. Look at this, such technical section. Setting, look, right, and then you're right back on the brakes. Looking at Eric's car back here. Oh, there's the spin in front of him. And he gets through clean. Okay. So, pretty hectic start, but then things are starting to kind of calm down a bit more, it seems. Aviad here in P4. Nice run for him. So, something I'm taking note of, David in 11th, the car that we saw him take it to the garage. I believe this is only top 10 inversions, so David is still going to have to start at the rear of this pack, if that's still correct. My understanding is the 17 incident limit within this race, and then it's a, I believe, drive-through penalty. So Dima's pulled quite well. What happened to? All right, we're gonna have to find out what happened to Iran. Looks like he went off track. We saw how hard he was pushing. Let's see here. Oh, he's already off. Try and take a look. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to rewind it. I hate doing this live on the air, but it's kind of the only way that I'm able to get to where he spins. Let's see here. Yep, super technical. You saw him, the weight shift in the car. He went right, left again, and then just the car comes out from underneath of him. These cars have quite a bit of downforce, but when you start asking too much of the car, you see how easy it is to spin out like that. You see him still having some troubles trying to get the car righted the right way. His tires are probably melted. That sucks. He was right there up with Dima, right there on pace, running very similar pace. So Dima can now, I would hope, tone it down just a little bit with that 6.5 second gap, and then back behind Ofer you have Asaf at showing 11-second gap. Pretty good battle between Iran trying to work his way back up here, and Aviad looks like he already made work of Aviad. Tomer, I thought that car was a little bit more damaged. It seems to be handling okay. An on-board shot for you. Super aggressive. Way to really attacking the curbs. You have to do it to get that exit. Is another super technical section of this track. The weight shift. Goodness, in real life, I could only imagine. I'd be feeling motion sick, very, very bad. Most exciting thing I think we have on track right now is just the gap that Dima is able to pull in front of our other racers, showing it's back to 6 now, so he has maybe toned it down just a bit, but you're not really no reason to push, you know. Nice and smooth inputs. That's what these cars love, and shouldn't be pushing too hard when you're, driving smoothly. So good run for him. We have Iran still. Looks like I don't think there's going to be enough time for him to get up to 3rd, but he did go up to already get up to 4th after his little self-inflicted incident. We do have a little bit of battles going on between Tomer and Aviad in front of him. He's been kind of in that slipstream this whole 11 minutes so far in this race. This will be a good shot. Look at the two lines that they're running, the two completely different lines, as Aviad's going to get a little bit better exit, but Tomer's going to cut it back down through the next sector of the track. A 127 out of Asaf. Fastest lap we've seen today. 127.3 to Iran as these cars are going to go side by side into turn one. Nope, Tomer's going to pull a bit of a gap. It looks like Aviad just really didn't want to push the issue there into turn one. Ooh, Tomer really pushing the car extremely hard. You hear the tires begging for dear life. Just over halfway through this race, coming to 7 minutes to go. Dima back out to about 6.5. Well, yeah, just taking it real easy. See a bit more of aggressive turn into the corner there from the 422. Try and cut this gap down a bit, but I talk about pushing. You can't push too hard. You end up like Iran, respectively, and thank goodness no damage. He's able to get back up to 4th, but these cars are so technical, and you take them to a track as technical as Misano. I mean, it's so fun to watch. Make sure you stick around for our Gold Series we got coming up after our next heat race. Right back to it. Look at the line. He didn't... That looked more... I don't know. I would have taken it wider and more of a right angle, and then he kind of swept it in there. And that was really neat to see. I'm taking notes from these drivers. It was really fun to watch. Is the different lines that they're running through these corners, and how much curbing some drivers are using. I noticed some drivers stay completely away from the curbs. Saw Asaf get a little bit there on exit. It'll lock up out of Dima. A little bit of surprising, or that's a little surprising, excuse me. As smooth as Dima has been so far. Look at this is what I was referring to. He's using all of the available track as we were on board there, and then you'll see maybe some other drivers just not using the available track like that. I mean, doesn't look like he's getting incident points doing it, keeping still on the racing surface. Some tracks in iRacing, they're a bit weird with their off tracks. If you've ever been to Circuit of the Americas, you run off the paint, or even look at the lines wrong there. You're getting 1X's every lap, and I wonder here if maybe it's just a bit more conservative as we see Dima really just open up both entrances and apexes. But our new driver here up to 7th, gained 4 spots since the start of the race. And Mini here, the driver, the 77. Looks like Eric's gonna do the right thing there and get out of the way. Eric's just running 1 lap down, respectively. Eric Pashov, then we got Eric Lapter running 9th. Let's see what Eric's up to in this baby blue. Good run for Eric, running 9th. I believe that's where he started, so just kind of staying out of everybody's way. Got Gabriel, that driver, the number 6, running 8th place. I believe we saw Gabriel make a bit of contact earlier. He should have, I wonder if he's just taken his fast repair, or... I mean, he'll be starting 2nd at this rate in our next heat, so... Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Iran's really pushing. I think he's upset with the mistake that he made, or possibly what he was caught up in. But he's continuing to hound really fast laps. We're gonna have to jump off of him. Little hiccup in the internet connection. But Dima out to 7.3 now, almost 7.5. Love this camera shot. Look at this. He just a bit of a lockup, but oh no, Dima spun. Oh, he's going to get it back righted. That 7-second gap is going to help him. Dima spun. Glad we were able to see that live. That gap now down to 3.5, and Dima's tires are very, very warm. Going to have to take a second for the grip to kind of come back in him. Yep, see the gap now down to 2.7. Asaf right there behind, 3.7 back. But just under 2 minutes to go, I'm not sure that he's going to have enough for him. But oh, it's both second and third has spun. Looks like, oh god, Asaf's going to get damage off the wall. Oh, he's going to get it righted. Hopefully not a meatball for Asaf. We'll take another look, see what happens as our second and third place running drivers. This is going to shake up the point results. Let's take a look. So we have for a bit of aggressive lines going into the... Ooh, hits the curb. And then we're going to see Asaf looks like just kind of... I mean, he couldn't have gone straight. Had to turn the car and then is headed to, well... Oh. See if his nose gets... Oh, okay. Doesn't look like too much damage, Asaf. Keep in it, man. Dima's still out there in the lead by just under 9 seconds. That's really shook things up. That's our closest battle on track is, I guess, Tomer and Aviad for 5th and 6th. But we're going to stick on, go back up to Dima. Can't say enough about him. He's been really impressive today. Should come take the white flag next time by. Again, look how smooth the inputs are. And what's really shocking to me is how aggressively that these drivers are using these 3D curbs. So we just saw, just last lap, Ofer get a bit too aggressive with the input or the entry to the curbs, and it took him for a ride. So it's kind of funny to see Dima still even using the curbs, but. Oh no, I just said his name. Looks like he's gonna have a bit of an incident. We'll hop on board. No, tires are gone at this point. Trying to get everything he can out of the car. Looks like get off the racing line too. What nice move over. Oh, then slams on the gas to try and get it going. Gonna lose even more spots now. He's dropped back to 5th. Oh my gosh. Watch him this next race. He's got the pace to get right back up there. As that's going to bring out the checkered flag as we were looking at that replay. Dima's going to do it. Dima finishes P1. Iran back there behind him. Looks, oh, that's crazy. Iran got back up to 2nd. Asaf, bit of an incident there late in the race, dropping him to 3rd. Tomer here, I'll get the be able to get the grid results after everybody crosses the line. Tomer's coming to it now. Minnie's already crossed. Gonna come to should be coming to a stop here soon. Got Gabriel right behind him, finishing P8. Eric Lapter, P9. Eric, our other Eric Pashov, finishing P10. And then David, just unfortunate circumstances, finishing P11 there. I believe Eric should be our last car on track. Yep, we can pull up some results for you now. Oh, we are already gritty. That was okay. Uh, no intermission, right into the next heat. I at least did get to go down the list of names. And congratulations again to Dima. Just what a run from him. We'll be starting 10th now. One to watch. And then Gabriel. Gabriel, I think, is going to be one to watch on this restart. Not aggressive terms, but starting right up there in third. Going to be right behind the leader going into turn one. Going to have our new racer, Minnie, there up there with us too. Get the starting lineup for you, and it sounds like lights are about to go out. Engines are getting warmed up. Get ready for heat race number 2. Oh, we're gonna have a bit of a stall. That's gonna present some 3-4 wide back here in the back of the pack. Hopefully a little bit cleaner start as we're already seeing some weaving. Oh, we already have a spin. Tomir back there. Huge contact between, I believe that's Asaph. We're going to have the... Oh, this is a lot to unpack. Eric went around. Asaph, he did go around. Asaph is still wrecking back there. Not as much of a cleaner start as I wanted. Is that E-Ran maybe throwing a bit of side pods? Aggressive starts already. We're just going to have to rewind this whole thing. This is going to be too much to... Oh, man. All right, let's take a look. So there's the stall that I mentioned. That's going to back everything up on this start. Let's take... So... Looks like that's Tomir going along the outside of turn 1. Spins by himself. No contact. And then here, turn 2. Again, huge speed disparity between all these drivers. And you're going to see just contact between front wings and gearboxes. See the... Oh, jeez. Lots of contact between drivers. Is our new racer with us. My first time seeing his name. Meanie, the driver, the 77 up there. Leading this race early. Pulling up out of a second gap on Dima. Looks like Dima got that clean start that he needed. Gosh, that was so... What an eventful start as we're going to have a spin. That's Dima as soon as I said his name. Oh. He's got the pace, though. You guys continue to watch this. If he doesn't have damage. Oh, my 3 wide behind him is going to result in a calamity. Huge incident. That's going to take out 4 drivers. No. Dima. Ofer. Tomir not involved in this one. Looks like Gabe. Oh, 4 different drivers. Excuse me. Ofer, Eric, Asaph, and our runner, our guy who just won our last heat, Dima. He's involved as well. At this point, without a back wing, look at that. It looks that looks pretty weird. You just have to race back to the pits at this point. Try and beat your competitors out as fast as you can. Get your fast repair. Not take any tires, I wouldn't think, and just go get back out on track. Get your well-deserved points. This is huge for our leader. Nobody near him. The only people he's probably going to ever have to deal with are just putting people laps down. Even so, what a showing for Land. Driver the 77. Aviad got through all of that chaos. He's up to second. Respectable 9.5 seconds back. He ran there. I didn't quite catch and see if he got any damage off the start. His car looks clean. Wings look clean. He's going to have pace. See, he was up one of our front runners that last heat if you're just joining us. Gabriel, he's got pace. He got caught in some incident, an A incident in our last race, but he's, bit of a lockup. Try and get the car turned. Tomer, that self-spin may have honestly saved him, keeping out of all that chaos and the 4 cars that wrecked in that one corner involving Dima. That was, oh my gosh, that was huge. Looks like they are still in the Dima's just made it to the pits, as we see here. Or see coming out. Yep. Okay. Dima's headed back out on track. See, there he goes. Not even a lap down yet. So, what a start to this race. I'm gonna see. Believe it's this replay here. Nope. That's oh, Asaph coming out of the pits. Does he self-spin? Let's take a look. Oh, I bet he slams on the gas here and... No? Not sure why that showed... Oh, but I am seeing Dima. He is off course. Coming out of the pits. That's weird. I'm not sure why it said that he had an incident. So we take him... We just saw this, matter of fact, so... We'll go back out up on the lead. Get things looking where they should be, as I have a bit of... Okay, there it goes. It took it a second there. It's like all the chaos even is making the computer go for a loop. Eran's cut that. Eran's gone up to second, actually got around Aviad, showing 10 seconds. Still a bit of flickering going on. I'm seeing with his connection. Let's take you on board with our newer driver here. Take your lap around Misano. Super technical track. Just from that onboard, I can see he's not pushing the car at all. That 8.2 second gap. There you go. That's the way I like to race. Not ever have to push myself 100% throughout the whole 100% of the race, as that is a that really drains you physically and mentally. But really good start. Really good looks. He's gonna get. It's a good day in the points for all of our drivers, really top three. Eran, super impressive, up 7 spots since the start of the race. Dima is back in the pits. Not sure if he had another incident happen. So yeah, Aviad here, driver the 71 again. Good running day for him, good day in the points. If he keeps it up, about 13 minutes to go in our Heat Race 2 Silver Series from Misano, Italy. Gap down to just 7 seconds now, and something that I've taken note of is there's a couple corners that really kind of break the driver's momentum up. Looks like this is one of the ones I was referring to. In regards to setting up the next sector and sections of the track, really, I mean, you try to have your rhythm, especially in road course racing, and then when it's, as I mentioned, that little bit of a lockup. Right there as Eran continues to cut the lead down to 6.5 now. There's time. So, let's hop on board with him. See how hard he's pushing his car. me, that looks a lot more aggressive than what Mini was doing up there, and using a bit more of the available track to use. So down to 6 seconds. Only 10 minutes to go. There's time. This is going to be a good finish, folks. I think, I mean, he's still not pushing it maybe to 100%, but would imagine that he's at least picked up the pace a little bit now. See if we can see Iran come into view here. Not quite. See it from this shot here. Great looks by our aerial cameras. Yep, so there's the gap. As Iran's just now getting back on the gas, up through the gears. He's got it down to 4.6. Watch how aggressive this next entry is. Check this out. Again, sorry for the blinks there. That's on Iran's end. Hopefully he's not seeing other cars blink out like that. Got Aviad right there behind him. Always running top 3, I feel like, when we cut to him. So really, really good looks for Aviad at 71. Tomer, kind of the same story with him right there behind. I know he was had a little bit of unlucky circumstances our first heat race, but getting back to it. Eric coming rounding the start-finish line. Just under 9 minutes to go in our race. We're going to have, wow, almost half of our drivers here, I mean, either a lap down or just out of the race. That's the 4-car crash into, forgot or didn't quite see what corner it was, but that's, you hate it for everybody involved. Gonna really affect the points going into their next races. Eric's getting close enough. He could get in the slipstream of Asaph there in front of him, cutting down the gap. Good looks here, a static shot. Get to really see the speed that these cars carry into these corners with the available downforce. Gabriel is back out on track. He's running 7th, one of our cars that got involved in that incident I was just mentioning. Got Dima here back up to, oh, so Eric just took 7th from Dima, okay. Good to see him back out on track, gets some points back after I can't stop thinking about it. Right towards the camera, and dust flying up everywhere. And it's good to see these drivers back out on track, though. So we go back up to our lead. The gap's cut down to just under 2.5 seconds. That's way more than enough time for Iran back there, as he's creeping into our camera shots. Not even the blimp ones anymore. Yep, right there. So, Land here has an I rating of, I'm showing 928, and then Iran behind him, 1,200. So, showing some similarities there. Iran just with maybe a bit more of experience, or just I rating in general. But that doesn't mean much, because some of our highest I ratings let's see, even laps down right now. So the starts of these races are super, super intense, and they determine really your whole second heat race as well with the inversion. And I love that IiL does the inverted heats. It makes it so fun to watch, and the start's so super important, and obviously where you finish. So, oh man, 1.1. It just continues to drop. I knew Iran would be really frustrated with either. I don't want to, say it was his fault, but I thought it was a self-spin incident. So really just trying to kind of make it back up to himself. 17-second gap in front of Aviad. My goodness. This will give you a good idea on. No, I keep forgetting we can't really do that with Iran. We can look back at him from our leader. This is now looking back. The gap continuing to shrink visibly. You hear Lance really using those curbs. Trying to get the smoothest line through there, get right back on the gas for exit. Here's super technical section right here. Looks like he's picked the pace back up a little bit, but if Iran's internet holds up, he should get in the slipstream here just over 1.1 back. I think he's got to be just a little bit closer for that to have an effect. But on the other side of that, you get closer. That's good for straightaway, but you start trying to follow land in through some of these corners. You feel that the dirty, turbulent air on the nose of your Super Formula Light, and your car will get tremendously understeery. Just can't. But you think that's got to be some sort of distraction to our leader Land, seeing kind of multiple blinks in his mirrors. Oh, what a move. Thank you again for that. I love the IiL drivers. They all have good racecraft, as we've seen there. It pull away for our leaders. Z-Ran's going to ease within 2 car lengths as he's going to make the move into turn 1. Y'all watch this down the inside. Ooh, thought we were going to have contact. Land's giving him the room. Iran thought better of it, going to fall back into place. Gosh, that blinking is scary for both drivers involved. Oh, Iran's trying to make it work. I think he's being a bit more conservative on the fact with the internet stuff as well. She's right there in the slipstream. Oh, big lockup for Iran. That's going to put quite a bit of temperature into his front left wheel, I believe that was. I don't think both of them locked up. This is going to come down to the last few minutes, even seconds of this race. Back there in the slipstream. Going to get some dirty air into this next corner. Look at him cut the course. I don't know what warrants a slowdown here. I'd imagine, I guess, all 4 tires off the paint. Man, these drivers are pushing it to the limits. Going to come back to the start-finish line, right where Iran had a chance last lap. He's going to have another one here. We'll stick with our aerial footage. And he's just thought, but you see how careful he's being. The blinking, I really think you have to be careful with netcode as more and more as you blink, because say Mini up here, his computer thinks his car is one place, and when Iran back there starts blinking around like that, his computer doesn't have that detailed of where his car actually is. So when these cars get side by side, for especially the lead, I do respect Iran for kind of giving maybe a bit of a gap, but looks like well, right as I mentioned it, I was going to say, looks like his situation has improved, but yeah, really, really pushing it there behind our leader, Land. Keep it up, Land. You got 1 more minute to go with one of our faster drivers if not our fastest driver in silver class, right there behind you, at least this split today and here in Misano, Italy. Tires are really squealing for Mini. The white flag is out. Aaron's going to have one more chance. Well, I say one more chance. You have too many turns here, but 16 to be in fact. So he's down to 14 now. 13 more chances for Iran. He's cut it back down, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. This has been a tremendous showing for one of our newer drivers, the 77. Mini Land. Running a bit wide, but that gap still just over a second. About halfway left to go in this lap. We'll keep you on board here, and then it looks like we've had a bit of an incident behind. I'll pull to the replay after we see Mini take a well-deserved checkered flag here in just a couple more turns. That's got the start that they needed and was able to not drive away, but just continue to stay in the lead by just enough in front of a hard-charging Iran right there behind him. Checkered flag is going to be out. Congratulations, Mini. You did it. That'll be P1 for heat race number 2 in Misano, Italy. Congratulations, man. Iran, what work getting back up to second. That's 7 spots gained since the start. As Asaf just going to finish up here, respectable 18 seconds back. So what a start and what a finish to both heats, matter of fact. Aviad going to take the checkered flag, P4. Tomer back here, still spinning out. That's what I thought I saw earlier. His tires are lava, you could say at this point. As many spin outs as it looks like Tomer has had with looks like within the last lap. Unfortunate. Eric Lapter after P6. His baby blue after a really wild start. Demo was able to get back to P7. Did end up going a lap down. Demo's going to take the checkered flag there. Looks like that's our last car on track. Congratulations to everyone ran today. That was a great race to watch. Going to get the results pulled up just here in a second after everybody's able to exit their vehicles. Thank you again for everybody joining in and even out there on track with us. That was great fun to watch. Great starts, great finishes, great racing all around. Even the racecraft from our drivers here has been no less than, amazing. So you love to see it. IiL, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Tal and ILAKA Esports for making this possible. Stick around. We got our Gold Series coming up. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Misano, Italy. We're right next to the Adriatic Sea, making it a real popular destination for motorsport fans today. We got our gold IiL series coming at you today. Two 20-minute heat races. We'll have a top 10 inversion um, after the first heat race. So it'll be fun to watch some fast guys come from the back, and then maybe some unfortunate circumstances that maybe happen to some drivers, see them get to start up front and maybe get to pull away with the race. Bring you our race information today. Today we are in, again, Misano, Italy. Second here. Sorry about that. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Yes, so this track is actually so new on iRacing that there's still there's not a track map in my graphics data here. So looks like qualifying is just now going to start to kick off. We'll watch a few cars think they get 2 laps. So yeah, drivers are already taking to the circuit. Let's jump on board. Let's see who the first one we're going to get. Got Yossi on track. There we go. Yossi coming out the pits here. Pit speed limit ends at the cones, and then you should see them. There we go. Try and get some pressure, temperature. Yep, you see the weaving begin already. Some pressure, some temperature in the tires, some temperature in the brakes. Everything is so super important when you get to the higher levels like this. Is tenths, hundredths, even thousandths of a second. They matter. Again, Misano, we got a super technical track here for you today. There's a little bit of elevation change, but it's mainly the challenge is setting up your next set of corners. You're really gonna have to deal with the super tight turn sectors, like right here. You're doing a hairpin. Right back on the gas. See him still getting some heat in basically every component of this Super Formula Light. Let's jump on Ran here. Ran, our last race winner. It's super fun to watch the gold race that happens right after the silver, because the difference in lines that you're able to, visibly see. Look at this entry. He's 4 tires on the rumble strips, cutting really sharp into turns 1, 2. Back turn 3, sweeps it around, gets a little bit of understeer, runs back on the rumble strips, not getting an off track, and then back into the double right-hander, smooth back on the gas. This is going to be a great race. I hope everybody is at home is ready for a good one. Gilead here, driver number 4. How about Omri here, the 997? See Omri there. Thank you for submitting your picture to us as I struggle to. So the graphic overlays that I use is the program's called SDK, and I'm in the process of submitting everybody's driver information as well as profile pictures into it. So when we go down our list like this, we are able to see everybody and what they do look like. So next race, that will all be set and ready to go. Believe only maybe just a little bit less than half of the drivers have a current SDK profile set up. So thought I would dive into that just a bit, because I would like to have everybody's picture up. That would be really cool, or those that are wanting to do so. As we see Tyson, just the Baba, the number 5, and the Barbie paint scheme, white and pink. That's neat. He'll be one to watch. Vibrant colors. So ran, no surprise there, us 27-1 to the top of the board. Got Arnon right there behind him, very similar in pace, 27.4. Right there with him though. Take a look at Arnon, that 39. Double right hand. Oh, this is the hairpin turn. Love seeing your guys' really neat paint schemes as well. Talked about Gilead's just a little bit. We saw Yossi, that very bright, vibrant lime green and black IiL, aka Esports paint scheme. Thank you for our sponsor. Appreciate you being here for us and allowing to put on a show for fans across the world and your drivers that are, I mean, just so super fun to watch. Got a drawer here, that bright yellow 55. He's, as soon as you see that bright yellow on track, drawer's my first thought. We got, Arnon actually, he was able to pass Rand, put it on the pole, even just a little bit less than 1,000 I rating lower. That's surprising. If you were watching our silver series, I know I mentioned I rating in that series doesn't matter too terribly much, but this gold series, I mean, when you have racers like Michael up there with the 3,100 I rating, and then let's see, you got right there in front of him Yossi, the 3,194. So super similar racing up and down this whole series. We're gonna get kicked off for you in just a couple minutes. So we wait for just a few more drivers to finish up their laps. Got a IiL here. We'll gyro cam. Back to the start-finish line to finish their lap. That will put a IiL. Oh, that was not. Oh, he jumped up to 5th. Coming into the hairpin right. The double sweeping right. Those corners are. Oh, do not envy these drivers. This is tough track, tough combination. As we see him come to a slamming drifting stop. That was pretty neat. Appreciate that, IiL. We got 1 more minute to go, so stick around, maybe grab a snack, grab a drink, and prepare for these lights to go out here in Misano, Italy. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're here with our leader, Arnon Levi, or excuse me, back with our leader, IiL here. Still putting a gap on these drivers, just over 1 second, and he's leading Michael, Arnon, and Yossi by just about a second each. Apologies for, it looks like my microphone has been off the first half of this race, so apologies for that. Got that sorted, thankfully not any later. I'll kind of fill you in as what I was talking about. This track, the technicalities of it, in the weight transfer, the shifts of these cars coming into this double right-hander. Gonna have Michael Sherling. He's got the pace to even pass IiL if he's not pushing too hard. Got Arnon right there behind him. Arnon, Yossi, and then Gilead. This has been it's been, I say eventful, not as eventful as our silver race, but the start was wild. It was clean but wild. You had position changes going, frankly, in every direction. You have Idan here. He just went off track. Gonna jump back on board with him. Driver the 11, white, gray, and black Super Formula Light. Our IiL, aka esports sponsor. Want to thank them making this possible for our racers and fans that are tuning in around the world. Have Dror in his bright yellow Super Formula Light. Birdie's up here to P13 now in his Wrangler Super Formula Light. Not really anyone in front of him that he can get a slipstream from. A bit more racy stuff going on up at the lead, actually. Matter of fact, we just have Michael still half a second back, but really closing. You see here, even that turn on the entry, able to carry a bit more speed, and then let's see if he can carry it on exit. Looks like Michael does have the speed on exit, going to be in the slipstream. Coming into a... Oh, the leader's going to... Oh, my, I thought that car was going to come around on him. IiL holding on for dear life as Michael is just over half a second back. Arnon's watching these two guys go at it. Arnon, I mentioned this earlier when the technical difficulties. I noticed he actually let a few drivers by to kind of be aggressive with each other, so to speak. And look at him now. He's back up to third. Great move, great racecraft for Arnon, but I mean, all of these drivers, like, you can't discredit really any single one of them. It's, oh my gosh, no, was that not Rand? That was Gilead back there. Gilead spun it, trying to keep Rand behind him. Rand's back up to now fifth, just 5.5 seconds back, as we'll see Gilead get it righted. We'll take another look at the replay, brought to you by IiL, aka esports. Looks like Gilead's going to try and play some defense into this corner, running the tighter line around the apex. Gets on the 3D curbs, all tires, and then we should see him loop it on exit. Yep. It's just that easy, folks. I mean, you see him spin his tires trying to get the car righted. That's gonna make him struggle for grip even more. Ran is super fast right now and super impressive. He's put down, let's see, his last lap was a 26.1. Jump back live. Gilead here, he dropped in 9th. But yeah, ran back up to 5th. He's only, let's see, he's only 5 seconds back from Yossi in front of him, really hounding him for pace. Look at how fast through these corners. Rand is just, oh my. No, we're talking a bunch about Rand, but you got IiL still up here in the lead, now up to a second over Michael. .26.5 by Rand. Oh my, these drivers are insane. The pace, to have that much pace in a Super Formula Light around Misano is, I'm pretty much am speechless. That's crazy. The pace will probably continue to pick up for him as he's going to get closer to Yossi. Ooh, little bit of a moment there for Michael. Looks like he had to catch it coming off the exit. Then Arnaud still right there on 2.5 seconds back behind him. "17 minutes in this race, 3 to go. You're putting it all out. You're using the last bit of your tire. You're using the last bit of your mental capacity to try and get this car placed exactly where you want it." Michael's really pushing hard. Look at that. You see the front left lock up just a little bit. What racing? Oh, we're going to have, looks like Tyson. Ooh, excuse me, Tyson. Oh, the Barbie. Oh, he goes off track. He's going to keep the momentum going, not get stuck or anything. Gets back on track. Didn't lose what looked like too much time, but did lose the spot. Back on Arnaud here. Trying to track down the second and first place cars in front of him. How about Omri? He's back up to 10th. After what crazy battling we had earlier. It's nice to see him back up in the points now. And that 10th spot is special. That inversion, he can start up there on the pole, possibly drive away from all the incidents that are bound to happen turn one. Got Mark there behind him, 030. Mark likes that Red Bull paint scheme. We've seen that every race from him so far. Really neat, cool looking car too. I like it. Try and charge, getting that slipstream just of Omri right there in front of them. Only about a second, so it's, yeah, as Omri's going to run a little bit wide as well. That's going to make it maybe a little bit easier for Mark to step in. And while all this has happened, we have had a pass for the lead. We'll bring you a replay right now of it. Michael, oh, looks like, I wonder if the leader had a slowdown or what happened there, because that was really off pace. What the heck was that? And while we're trying to figure this out, we've had an incident. Idan, the number 11, it looks like he's going to either loop it or go off track. Let's take a look here. Hits the 3D curbs of Misano. So, okay, Gilead, we'll take a look. He's gone off track. So much has just happened within the last few minutes as we're going to get close to the checkered flag about to be displayed for Michael. This is a crazy turn of events in the last bit of this race. He's going to get the checkered flag next time by Arnaud 2.2 back. What a win this will be for Michael if he can stay ahead of it. He's going to get the checkered flag. What a race. Oh, that's... All right, Michael, you're going to have to come from the back now. You got Arnaud Levi, P2. Yossi back there, P3. IiL, he was able to finish P4. You got Rand, he did make it up to 5th. Ido up here in 6th. Nadav, he got up to 7th. Yehuda Ben Yosef made it up to 8th. Nice run, Yehuda. Nice to see you back up here. Gilead had a good start, but he's going to floor it into the gravel. Have a fun time doing that. Mark right there behind him, finishing 11th. I think we missed Omri finishing 10th. Tysion 12th. Birdie 13th. You got Drawer 14th. Then Dan, I'll bring it home in 15th, a respectable 15th. Ooh, I am out of breath. My gosh. So our starting lineup is going to be, let's see, I guess, yeah, we'll have Omri that'll be starting P1 for our next heat. Gilead right there behind him. Then Yehuda, Nadav, Ido. Ran be starting right there in the middle of it. Good luck, man. IiL, Yossi, Arnon, and Michael. This is going to be intense. Make sure you stick around, please. Because the gridding will start right now. Back-to-back heats, so maybe grab just a quick drink, maybe a quick snack, and make sure you join us. You're not going to want to miss this. Get a nice shot of these drivers hopping into their cars, getting onto the grid. Sounds like the engines are warming up as we're going to get ready to go here. Heat race number 2. And here we go. They're off. This is going to be big. We have 2 wide. 3 wide for 5th. Ran right in the middle of it. Gets a bit of contact to his front right wheel. Still 2 wide in the back. Ran's going to make it up to 4th from Nadav running a bit wide. Omri still back out in the lead. 2, 3 wide behind him going into the double right-hander. Oh, Omri's going to get a bit of a lockup. So we see Omri lead the the stampede behind him. Look, as many cars as we've seen make it through lap 1 already. Ran right there behind him. Omri's going to have some tough work to do. Nadav right there up to P3. That was an impressive start from him. That was cool to watch. Gilead made it up to 4th, made it through the chaos that ensued. Ran maybe had, I thought, a bit of contact to his front right wheel, but he looks like he's going to make a lunge for the lead going up the inside. This next right-hander, a bit more fast right-hander. Omri's going to, he's got to give it to him on exit. Oh, big speed disparity. That's going to be Gilead who goes around off maybe the gearbox of Omri as he had to get it slowed down to make the corner. Omri's gotten passed again now by Nadav. Well, let's take a look. We got the replay brought to you by ILAKA. Yep. Oh, we're going to need to rewind it one more time. Take a... I didn't see contact, but it was close enough that it made Gilead overreact a ton, and he's now in the gravel. As Omri's really fighting here for 4th place. Going to end up getting it solidified. Yossi, they're 3 wide behind them. Coming down the straightaway. Yossi playing some more defense on, is that Mark? Mark making move around Yossi. No, that that was Michael. You got Mark who's wheel to wheel with Yehuda and Tyson Baba in the Barbie car, and you got Birdie right up here in this. I mean, this is a mess. You can look at your opponent's front wing wrong and essentially take yourself out of the race. It can break that easy. So these guys battling this hard, we're going to have to probably go to a blimp cam for this. This is way too... And we're going to... Oh, no, that was Michael who just went off. Oh, did he get... I didn't quite see if he got any contacts. Let's take a look. Nope, by himself. I'll jump back on live with that group. This is intense racing. My gosh. jump back on. We will jump on the Barbie car here. Let you guys get a sense of feel for the competitiveness within IiL racing. Jeez. Mark's gonna run a bit wide. Maybe Tyson's gonna try the undercut. Jump in the slipstream. Check this pass out. All the way in the grass. What a move for Baba around the outside of Mark. He's going to have the spot now. Not for long, though. Gilead has run the fastest lap of the race, just trying to reel these guys back in. Bet they're poking quite a big hole in the air in front of him. Maybe a bit of contact between, is that Birdie? Birdie and the Wrangler? It was. Doesn't look like any contact, but we are going to have Ido. Ido's gone off course. Or out the pit, okay. I saw this with the Silver race. When somebody comes out the pits, it for some reason it tells me they have an incident. We'll just keep on board just to make sure he didn't spin out. No, okay. So Ido back out on track. Nobody is a lap down yet. Everybody's kept it that so clean that didn't have to go in and take any repairs or anything. See Birdie run a little bit. Maybe get tight on exit. Have to slow the car down even more to get it to turn and do what you want it to do. Is we're going to have Ran. I knew that there was enough time for it to happen. Ran's made it back out to the lead. With his pace, that was just a matter of time, trying to find the replay of the pass happening. We have it. We have the replay. Check it out. Side by side. Oh, that was with Omri. That was way back. Yeah, that was at the start when Omri thought better of it, and then yeah, we had the incident behind him. Nobody's. I can't really put that on any driver there. I just had nowhere to go, and then, I mean, essentially lost it. But jumping back on live, we have Yehuda. He's had some sort of incident. We'll take a look and see what happens. Ooh, super. He tried to cut that apex super sharp, and that car just came out from underneath him. Almost makes a 360 to keep it going, but has to get his ship rewrited the right direction. Gonna go out on the grass doing it. Gonna lose lots of tire temp and grip doing so. We'll jump back on board with our leader, Ran. That's wow, what impressive driving. It's so fun to watch. All the drivers, but really Ran, he's so smooth and it has the pace, and man, you see him get back there, he can get right back up to the lead, it seems. 7 minutes now into this race, 13 to go. Bit of smoke in front of Ran. Hopefully everything's all right there. Yossi making a move on Omri. Let's see what happens. Oh, the same spot that he got passed by our leader early on. Just gave it to him that time. I like that. Good racecraft. I know I say that like you should be giving it to your competitors all the time, which is not the case. But it's the speed disparity that much, and when you see him kind of peel off for him like that, I shout that out. That's pretty special. Ran will jump back on board with you live. He's pulled a 2.6 second gap in front of Nadav. Ayeli right there with him. We see these drivers run towards the front of our Gold Series splits pretty often. IiL there. He's hounding Nadav pretty well. He's right there in the slipstream as well. Going to get maybe some dirty air through this turn unless he runs a different line. No, it looked about the same. Maybe the dirty air is not as intense as I am making it out to be, but as you know, someone I came from the IndyCar stuff, and I know the speed between the two is completely different. But you can really feel it in the wheel and how the car handles through the turns, not even on ovals but on road courses. I would imagine that their F1 car within iRacing has the same sort of feel for it. Maybe these cars just aren't going fast enough to generate something like that. But you know, you see IiL dip a bit earlier into the apex in front of Nadav in front of him, so maybe he is trying to get some clean air onto the nose of his Super Formula Light. Yep, he's running. Yeah, you see he kind of offsets himself from Nadav in front of him, so that's cool to watch. All these tiny little details and nuances. It's obviously what makes racing, but just throw a blanket over the cars behind Michael, Tyson, Mark, Gilead, and Arnon, all within a second of each other, second or two. The Baba Barbie number 5. Such a cool, funny sponsor. Paint scheme for Tyson there. Cool, funny to see. Jump back on this battle. This has been too good to leave, really. But I had to, and I felt like I had to. We've been watching it so long. You got IiL just. I wonder if IiL's. Well, that'll answer that question. Nadav is gonna give him the point by, it looks like there. Wonder if Nadav will be able to stay up there with him, or if IiL's gonna start stretching that gap a little bit closer towards Ran now. Michael and Omri still going at it. Go on board with Omri. Still got Ran out here in front, 3-second and then 4-second gap to Nadav behind IiL. This will take you through the field. So obviously our top 3 between Ran, IiL, and Nadav. You got Yossi here in 4th. Not quite as far up as Ran is, you know, track-wise. I believe Yossi had that like slow sort of thing happened with him earlier where he let a few cars by, I think, and then he's right back in it in 4th place, so maybe knew what he was doing there. Michael right behind him, really pushing his black, white, and blue Super Formula Light. Those IiL AKA colors. Love to see it. Omri, what a run, man. Keep it up. Showing 6th place. And the Baba Barbie right there behind him, number 5, in 7th place. Really, I mean, he has been on his gearbox quite a bit. Mark Zubarev, 030, going at it with, oh, that's Arnon. He was up in 3rd, 4th place a little bit earlier ago. Have to to see what happened to Arnon there. Gilead running 10th, right behind Mark. Going to maybe make a crossover move. Thought better of it. Birdie, that Wrangler, white, green, and yellow Super Formula Light, running a respectable P11. 23 seconds back from the 4 in front of him. Dror. I think he had some unlucky circumstance happen at the start of the race, but he's back there. Doesn't look any damage to his car. Just trying to finish up this race. Just 6 minutes to go. Behind Dror, you got Aiden. He's running 13th. He's gained 2 spots since the start. Really just putting together some clean laps. Respect that. There's one time I think he went off. But Yehuda back there in 14th, respectable. Running pretty well, keeping the car on track, keeping all 4 tires. Out of the gravel pit, it seems. That's a cool paint scheme. Cool colors on it as well. Ido, the driver of the 50, running 15th. 3 rounds. Coming up to 5 minutes to go. And Misano, Italy. Thank you for all of you that have come out and raced today and joined the broadcast. Apologies for some technical difficulties earlier. I'm happy I was able to get them squared away, but on the other hand, we have IiL who's cut down that gap to Ran 1.6 seconds after getting past Nadav. There's definitely time for IiL to reel in Ran. I know Ran's got to drive pretty much the race of his life at this point. Let's hop back on board with Ran. I love his driving style. It's so fun to watch. That was so neat. Keeping it the 6th, kind of floated it through the more technical section all the way down to 2nd, and then right back on the gas. Looks like gets through this one back up to the start-finish line in 4th, and up to 5th now. Super fun to watch these drivers and their little nuances and what makes them different from their competitors. So I bring that up. We'll go on board with IiL and kind of see if we can spot any differences right away. Looks to me like he's turning the wheel maybe a bit more than Ran, putting some more heat and wear into those front tires. That can only last so long, but we're going to come down to the just final few minutes of this race. So maybe IiL has conserved enough front tire to possibly reel in Ran, but he's cut down. I thought he was going to exit that turn, gained half a second. That would have been a crazy thing, let alone on Ran. Nadav, that was so interesting to watch earlier. He gave like 3 cars a point by, and then just ended up staying right there with them, I think that was. And then, I mean, look at him now, P3. So it's cool to see. He got Yossi back here in 4th. Doesn't seem to be reeling in Nadav, but he's got the 4th, looks like locks down. Got Michael 4 seconds back from him. Is IiL, aka Esports Colored Super Formula Light. Freaking love that car. Ran's kind of kept the gap. Matter of fact, he stretched it out just a little bit. 1.7 now, and just only 2 minutes to go. So, as long as he doesn't make any sort of mistake or an easy lockup, should have this race in the bag. I say that, and we've seen. I mean, look at the last lap of our last heat race for the Gold Series, and even Silvers. There was so much happening and so much stuff to show on the replay. I could barely keep up. So maybe I shouldn't speak too soon, but these gaps, they're prevalent within the other drivers. Maybe our closest is between these leaders, or even Tyson and Omri, just over a second separated. White flag is out. Rand, let's see what you can do, man. That's got 14 more turns. I guess that's 14 more chances that IiL has for something to possibly happen. Dav just maybe waiting for something to happen between these drivers. But if IiL can't close this gap, I don't think Dav is gonna have a chance at a surprising P2 or P1 finish. Rand looks like he's just, God, he's so in control of his car. It amazes me. The fact he's able to place it, it seems just wherever he wants it to be is, oh my gosh. I try to take notes, but at some point, I mean, check it out. I bet he nails this apex, this one, and then coming up to this right hand. Oh my gosh. And jeez. Well, I guess that's why he's leading, isn't it? Rand's gonna come around, take the checkered flag. That'll do it. That makes it official. IiL will be P2, Nadav and Yossi and Michael take out the top 5. Congratulations, Rand. You win another one, man. This is impressive stuff. And we're seeing it all just unfold right in front of our eyes. Or when Rand has to start and a little bit further down the pack, he's still able to make it work. Rand, you're special, man. You have talent. You got pace. I know I'm saying all this about Rand, but you know, IiL, come on, finishing second to Rand, that's special. Nadav, Yossi, Arnon, he was up there earlier. Didn't get the finish he really wanted, but he did finish 6th. Birdie's gonna finish up 10th here. I'm just trying to find who else is left on track. Looks like, is that Ido? Ido's gonna come around, take the checkered flag for 15th place. And once he does that, I'll be able to get the race results up. Congratulations to everybody competed today around this tough, skinny track. And I mean, the restarts, that was super intense, but clean. But clean. That's just the coolest thing. It's so fun to watch you guys, and gosh, hopefully some more racers come your way, and that we can maybe fill out that silver series. I think we only had 10 drivers today. I understand people get busy and all that, but man, this has been too fun to watch, too fun to commentate. You got, looks like we can finally bring up the results. All right, well, I'll just have to read them, and you guys can trust me. We got Rand, obviously, taking the checkered flag, finishing 1st. IiL, Nadav, 2nd and 3rd. You got Yossi there, who did round it out the top 4, and then Michael, he did make it top 5. Arnon Levi, he was up there at the start of this heat. He didn't drop to 6th, though. He gained 3 spots in the race. Impressive run. Tyson finishing 7th. Mark finishing 8th. Omri finishing 9th. And then Birdie finishing 10th. Continue to go through the names. You got Gilead, Dror, Yehuda, Idan, and then Ido rounding it out. We appreciate everybody who has made this possible. IiL, a.k.a. Esports, that sponsor. IiL, Tal Stern, the owner, and all of you who are watching at home and fight through the technical difficulties with me. I appreciate it and the patience, and we will continue to move forward, continue to see great racing in our silver and gold series. Um, Guys, I really can't thank you enough. It's so fun to watch. It's how clean you are in racing against each other. It just makes it it doesn't even feel like work at this point. So thank you again. Make sure you join us in two more weeks. I should have y'all live again. So thank you everybody one more time for joining in. It means the world to me. We do have some other leagues coming up too. Some GT, some Porsche Cup coming up. Some NASCAR racing. So stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out the IiL channel and the IiL, aka esports sponsor. That's Israel Automotive and Karting Association. So one more shout out to them, and thank you everybody. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, and I'll catch you next time.